and dreamsuniverse.me. Let me adjust my camera. Now that I am live, I can see what in the hell is going on with my angle. It has been a long time, a long. Let me sit up. I'm on my ball, of course, y'all know that. It has been a long time since I came live here in the morning on a Monday morning. Hello. It is I'm looking here. I need to be looking here at the camera because the lens is right here. So if I look over here, it's because I'm looking up at nature or something's going on over there. And so, anyway, let me introduce myself. On this Monday morning, April the 12th. Whew, I am the Love Goddess. Hello, darling. Hello. Ms.Atlanta from Ms.Atlanta.dream.com, dreamsuniverse.me, and OnlyFans, Goddess ATL Thick Dream. And I am on many vids for my not safe for work followers. Hello. And you can find me on Instagram, MS period Atlanta Thick Dream. Now, it's been eons since I've came live here, especially on a Monday morning. So you know I have a message, something that I need to share. And was not going to wait till Thursday. I had to pause and just share this right now. So hello. Your virtual girlfriend, wifey, the love goddess is here. Here. And I'm going to say this right now. Whew, I struggled this morning. It was Monday. I had some technical difficulties with my computer. And I normally do live videos, but I'm on like my Peak Social app, tending to those Peaksters. Hello to you all there. But I felt that my spirit was being led to come here to my YouTube, and make it do what it do on a Monday morning. So, and I have to honor my spirit when I get that tugging on myself, because if I don't, things will just get messy, and then I fall out of balance with myself. Okay, so me being the love goddess, and some of y'all know me as Thick Dream. Hello, darling. Hello to you. So if it seems like I'm doing this, I'm just trying to settle into, getting comfortable with my angles and breathe. I got laundry going, kids in there doing the homeschool thing, and I got stuff that I need to do in front of me that y'all don't see in the background. So I'm taking the time to share myself, the love goddess that I am. So for those of you who also don't know, that I have been on a journey called the Calling in My Beloved, because I am a single and dating. I am a mompreneur, and I've been a wifey for almost 2 decades, and now I am looking to get back into the relationship of coupleship, with a man and a woman, and also with marriage in mind as well. But I do have my yummy moments that I like to share, and my story time is going to be about me experiencing a realm that I've uncovered through my meditation with my coven, my goddess sister. And because I am a spiritual being, so I do meditation. And in this moment of my meditation where I'm just going into the realm, and this time, y'all, I'm not sitting in a circle, with my goddess sister. We're not on a Zoom call. It's me in my shit. And I'm actually being honest, I'm trying out my sex toy, my new sex toy. Thank you, Amazon Prime, right? I'm trying out my new sex toy. So immediately I'm hearing this masculine voice, and he's saying these different things, and I have this level of just comfort and warmth all over my body, and I feel this sensation here. This has happened to me when I went to the Divine Feminine Realm. That's what we call it. Reverend Goddess Charmaine, she calls it her Divine Feminine Realm. This is a coaching that she does. I think it's somewhat like hypnosis, hypnotherapy in a way, but not really, you know what I mean? But it works for me, and I don't do it all the time, but there's a time where I have to go to this realm to take care of some things that may be troubling me in my reality, my adult world in this earthly realm. Okay, so and if I close my eyes, it's because I'm visualizing myself. So the first time that I went to my realm, it took me to different stages of my life. First, it took me to when I was a little girl. There was a situation involving my mom and dad. with the groceries. There was an argument that happened, and I kind of like reacted differently, even though I was a little, look, a wee little child, a wee little lass. Is it lass? Yes, I think lass is not lassie, but I was a wee little girl, and I was there trying to stop some events that had happened that I have these looping thoughts about between the relationship between my parental units. Okay, so when I'm in the room this first time and I had this vision, this other stage that I'm going into, I'm thinking I'm at the Peachtree Plaza Hotel. Yes, the one with the sundial at the top. I've stayed there a couple time or two. Yes, I have. And I'm there, but I'm there in attendance of a party, and I've been there for a party before. So I'm there in attendance, and I'm at the top of the area where there's a ballroom. There's other party and conference rooms in that area that is adjacent to the hotel. It's not in the actual hotel. It's where they have like conferences. It's like kind of sort of, I think it's across the street. Those of you who have been to the Marquis and been to the Grand Ballroom and their event rooms, you know where exactly what I'm talking about. Well, there is this conference room where they have events at, but you can look down at the Grand Ballroom below. Well, I immediately left that dream state of being like 3, 4 years old, and I went to the Marriott, the Peachtree Plaza. I went to this ballroom, and I'm in this dress, and I'm thinking it was where I went and I attended a lifestyle prom for adults who are polyamorous, and I did that solo dolo years ago. Shout out to the poly family, the Black and poly family here in Atlanta. I attended the poly prom. And so I'm thinking it was at that event, but it wasn't, because their event took place in another room that which has a hallway, and it leads you to look down at the grand ballroom. There's this big chandelier. So in my vision was this big chandelier, and there was a nice, I mean, like, I want to say like my stepdad, like a slew of people down below partying. They weren't dressed formal. They were in like casket sharp suits, honey. I mean, just dressed up to the T. Nice. Just the room was filled of festivity and celebration and just joy. So much joy in this realm that I went to in this dream. I don't. It's not a dream because it was an awake, I was in a meditative state, but I was awake. So in this room that I was in, can we call it a room? Um, and I'm in this ball gown. It's not the one that I went, because I went into the poly prom because I wore red to that prom. So I'm in this gown, of course. I'm just, Coke bottle curves, and this looking good, hair all up, dude up, and I'm just in my moment. And I'm standing at the top looking down at everybody partying below. So once again, I'm thinking that I'm perhaps at the poly prom, but not really. So I'm looking down below. I see everybody partying, and it looks appears like some type of festivity where it's this. The people are familiar with one another, but I didn't know that at the time. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get to the point. Um, and I'm standing there and looking down, and I'm in this gown, and um, there's this guy, this masculine presence. I could not and I cannot describe this man, but this man was my man. He was my man. Okay, can I say he was my man, y'all? He was my man, and I was on this side, and he was on my right side. He was somewhat taller than me a little bit. Of course, he was tight bodied and all that good stuff. And he came over to me on this side, and he grabbed me at my waist, and we like hugged, we kissed, and then he vanished. So he vanishes, and somehow I go around, and then my little girl me comes down around on the left side. We go down the staircase to the grand ballroom where everybody below is partying, is celebrating. So I'm like there now, and I get excited when I talk about it. So everybody's down there. So I'm in this long gown. I'm not tripping. Honestly, I think I had on some heels that was so sexy. Yes, they was open toed. Um, and we're holding hands, me and my little girl, me. We're going downstairs, and all of a sudden, everybody at this event is staring at me as I walk down the stairs, eloquently, not skipping a beat, and the little girl was there, but they only saw me, the adult me. They did not see the little girl who was holding my hand walking down the stairs. So when I get down, everybody starts hugging on me and start clapping, and like the DJ's talking, saying something. I cannot understand what he's saying, but I know that, it's like he's the hype guy, and then whatever. It's like LED lights and music. I see a ice sculpture. I see another statue. I see one of those like circle hookah chairs, and that was there. And I see when I come down, everybody's hugging me. Who do I see? I see my family. I see some ancestors, some elders that have passed on in my family. I see my mom and dad there. I see even my stepfather there. I see all of my children and my grandbabies there, and people who I don't talk to anymore were there. But everybody who was there in this celebration was happy. And when I say they were happy, y'all, they were happy. Okay, full with joy, no worries, no stress, no nothing on their face. They were just happy to be there at this celebration where I just happened to be the center of attention. Interesting. And so I'm just hugging and dancing, and it's almost like we do this like circle. Everybody forms this circle around me, and we start dancing. And I see my grandmother, my grandfather there. They've been passed on. I see my 90-year-old grandfather who just recently, y'all, passed with COVID. He was there in this meditation, in this realm. He was there. And that's when the part when I get to this part, I want to cry because he was there and everybody was happy. Of course, I think my mom was in like white in a two-piece like church lady suit, V-neck, with the little shell here, all blinged up and updo. My mom's nails was done. My daddy was looking dapple done, handsome and tall with my mom, and he had on his tuxedo. And I know that the elders were in like white, the ones that had passed on, my ancestors. So my grandmother came up to me with my grandfather. They were like holding arm in arm, and uncle, who just transitioned. Oh my goodness, he was in white, and his wife was there. She was in this vibrant color because she's still here in this room. So all of a sudden, the music just turns and it gets this more upbeat. Boom, it gets this nice little upbeat, like everybody like everybody gets hype, hype. I mean, real hype. So in the entrance of the grand ballroom, I see this dude. Now, and it's some fine men, but these dudes are like swag tight, sexy. You can tell they were older gentlemen. Some was, zaddy looking, yummy, sexy men in their suits, and tugs. I mean, we're talking nice shoes, polished, and beard trim, and some clean shave and nice haircut. And they had this little routine of how they was walking in, like, doing a little, just what? When I tell you, I just stood back and just said I'm just like, so it was like they were coming in like two by two, and so I'm looking at the DJs just, hyping up, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I had to pause and just take in that moment. So these men coming in two by two, these were the friends of my man. These 5 men, oh my goodness, these 5 men were the friends of my man, because I don't know how many men there were in this I don't know what you want to call it, this line of men that were dancing coming in the ballroom. But baby, when I tell you they came in a pack, I mean, oh my goodness, scrumptious dilly umptious. So they come in, and then of course the last person is my man. And I still, for the life of me, I cannot describe what this man looks like, because we're in my meditative state. I can say that he is chocolate. He was not Caucasian. He wasn't even Hispanic. I don't even think he was light bright. He might have been my complexion because his bros, his homies, they were just as chocolate, if not darker, than him. But they had a brotherhood that was so strong and very supportive there, and I love that. So anyway, he comes in, and then we start dancing. Dancing, and we kiss. We dancing, and we're in the middle of the circle with everybody there celebrating us. And da 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 da. Now at this point, you know, it didn't click on me when I'm in the meditation that, damn it, girl, you're at a party that you're celebrating you and your man. It didn't dawn on me like, this is a reception. This is a wedding reception. Oh my. It didn't dawn on me until after I had shared with my goddess sister that this is what was going on when I went to my divine feminine realm. She's like, goddess, this was your wedding reception, sis. This was, and I'm like, oh, okay. I had to sit in it and receive it, y'all, because I thought it was just a party that me and this dude was just having, just to be having with our friends and family. It didn't dawn on me that it was a wedding reception. So we get in this circle and we start dancing, like they do in receptions. And, he all up on me, I'm all up on him, backing it up and everything. So, and I need to speed it on because I need to get to something, this juicy, juicy stuff. So him and I are dancing, and I get an opportunity to dance with my elders. I get an opportunity to dance with my children. I get an opportunity to dance with everyone. Okay. And there were people there like now in 2021 that I don't even talk to. So they were there, but they were happy in my space celebrating, which is my future or possible reality of a wedding reception with the man that I have not manifested yet, or I haven't came across yet. So it was interesting to have that there. And I saw all this elaborate spread, like, of food. It was so expensive, well prepared, had caterers there, people serving the food was there. Oh my god. And there was a chocolate statue, like life-size statue of him and myself, me and my husband, my mate. And then the crazy thing, we were like in this like power pose, like, like it was like that. It wasn't like we were together and just, no, we were like in a power pose, like, yeah, and we were separate. It was chocolate, life size. And I'm like, wow, ice sculpture, wow, this DJ and the way this whole setup is just wow. You ever heard somebody say whizzy wow? It was like whizzy wow. I was blown away, y'all. This reception probably was well into 50, 80 grand, for real, like all the stuff that they had there. Oh my god. And I loved it. I loved being there. So anyway, with that, I'm just doing the dances with everybody in the circle, him and I. He even exchanges, a little boogie, a little, move and groove with his people that were in attendance. So at some point in this meditation, I see my now 12-year-old daughter. My 12-year-old daughter, she's dressed all nice and tall, had her little tiny little baby heels on, nice little, I think it was a satin gown. I think they wore like gray. My daughters were in gray and like nice satin. And I even saw my 17-year-old daughter. She was there. So, like I said, I saw my grandkids there. And everybody, like the baby even had on a little toddler tuxedo, y'all. Little toddler tuxedo. It was so cute. So I look across the room while everybody in the room was happy as hell. I mean, happy, so happy. It was no fake happiness there in the room. You know how you go to some spaces, you could tell the people were being fake happy and shit. No, there was no fake happiness involved in this particular realm that I was in. So I look across the room, I'm in the circle, I glance and I see across the room my 12-year-old daughter. And she was not happy. She was not happy at all. And so I kind of like, did a little dance, two step, whatever, over there across the room. Didn't make it so obvious. I didn't want to call her out in front of everybody. So I went over there and kind of pulled her into the circle and whatnot. And this is what she wanted me to do. She wanted me to be, um, she wanted me to pull her in to the celebration. And with all these people, I don't know why she, at the time, I did not know why she did not um, have the contagious joy that was in the room. Why that love bug or that, that celebratory bug didn't bite her. Well, I found out why. So I found out why because um, after I came out of that dream state, y'all, I had to realize one thing. When I go into a actual formal coupleship with a man, I have to have a ritual with this man that is going to, not only is he going to marry me, he's going to take me on as, spouse, lover, friend, partner, all that. He's got to take on the role of being the bonus dad to my daughters and my son. And I have to do a formal ritual. So in that, when I went back into the room at some point, I did like a part of in the reception. I did like a where he did a ceremony, a little mini ceremony where he took on like vows or promises with my children to be the bonus dad, the best bonus dad that he can be for them. And it was so important to my younger daughter to have that experience because she does not have a relationship with her biological father. And she's 12. She's only met him one time. And so it's important that I am doing the spiritual work, ladies and gentlemen, because those little things come up and we don't know why they come up until we write it down and we explore some shadow work within us. So yeah, y'all, even though it was fun, somebody there was not experiencing fun. So when I pulled her in and we started celebrating her in the circle with us, oh my goodness, her smile, of course. She was happy. She was so happy. She was happy with the fact that we didn't, and it was something that she wanted us to do. She was hoping deep down inside that we would pay attention to her, her neediness, her yearning, her not feeling so okay in that moment, and not, other parents and other beings I've seen here when they're celebrating, they see the kids cutting up, they want to call them out. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? They want to like reprimand the child in front of everybody during this, all of this celebratory, all this joy, all this happiness vibe. You want to stop what you're doing and reprimand your child, kind of like canceling out all of that God body, goddess love moment. Why would you do that? But I've seen it happen, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen it happen numerous times. But I didn't do that. And so anyway, I went to the dream last night, the dream realm, or the sacred divine feminine room. I went to this I went back to the party again, y'all. But this time I went and um I was I was masturbating. So I was having some yummy solo dolo time with myself with a new toy that I had invested in because we solo wifeys, we have to take control of our own pleasures. So I was in that state, that orgasmic state, and I went to the room like immediately, contracting that pussy muscle, and it went up went up to my head, and pooh, I'm in the room again. I'm at this party. Oh my god. So I'm there, but this time it's different. Hubby and I, we were there dancing, and they were doing all like the what is it, the garter belt, and doing the little dances, and everybody's doing their little speeches and stuff. We were at that part of the reception, and so in comes, in the same way my husband and his boys came through that grand ballroom entrance. Okay, in comes my ex-husband with his present girlfriend that he is living with now. I don't think I met her. Maybe I did. Maybe my older children showed me her picture, but I never met her. So they come walking in, my ex-husband, all, belly all hanging, and she there, she cleaned up a little bit, and they coming in, and I'm like talking to my husband, and now mind you, y'all, I am masturbating while I'm having this experience in this room, okay? I know you're like, how were you able to still masturbate and your ex-husband and his new woman and all these people going on? When you do meditation, it is possible. It is very possible to block out all that shit. So I'm actually hearing the voice of my man, and I'm like, babe, look who just showed up, and he, it's like in stereo. He's responding to me, and he's like, oh, babe, I see it, babe. I see it. You okay? He asking me, am I okay that my ex showed up? I'm pretty sure uninvited. He showed up uninvited, but his kids are there. His kids are there, so I guess and I think my ex mother-in-law was there because she does stuff like that, even though we're not together. The type of relationship I have with, well, this is like non-existent, but she will come to my family functions, which is crazy. You don't really care for me, but that's how it is in some families. Even though you divorce, they still mingle with that your daughter-in-law's family because you had kids with them and y'all were together for so long. Yeah, that does happen in my family at times a lot. So anyway, his mom was there, and she was there solo, had on her little church lady two-piece suit. She might even have had honey, or might have had some old goddess braids on, and but she was looking good. So anyway, my ex-husband walks into the ballroom with his lady. They're not arm in arm or whatever. And honestly, the only way I think I know that it was him, because I think our stuff was so bougie and posh that when people come into the wedding, they have to be announced because this is a private event. And the only children that were allowed there were the children of myself and my grandchildren. Yes, some of my old crazy family tried to sneak their kids in, but you know, we had to shut that shit down. So anyway, my guy is checking for my emotions when my ex-husband is coming into the ballroom, y'all. I love a man like that. Have I ever had a man like that in my life? Hell no. I've never had a man who checked on my emotions, checking if I am okay, when something he knows that could literally set me the fuck off and ruin all that he and I had set out here. We invested in this here reception, could fuck it up real good because he know I can go 0 to 100, but he understands that about me. So he's checking on me, babe, are you okay? I was like, and I said to him, I said, no, babe, are you okay? He's like, babe, I know how to handle. This is him talking to me. Babe, I know how to handle him. I know how to handle. And he said N-word. He said niggas. I know how to handle niggas like him, motherfucking deadbeats. He got some nerve showing up at our wedding reception, motherfucker, This is what my man is saying about my ex-husband. So, but we were chill. So at some point, my man and we go over and they come to us somehow. My ex-husband and my new husband, we exchange partners. So I started dancing with my ex-husband a little bit, and my husband went to go dance with my ex-husband's girlfriend. And so my man, the man that he is, that has not materialized yet, he throwing shade. Okay? He's like, hey, how y'all doing? He's talking shit to my dude's girlfriend, and we're dancing at our wedding reception, but he knows how to be nice nasty with it. So he had this conversation with her, like checking, like, why would you bring your so-and-so to this, with this raggedy buster dude? But little did we know, my husband tells me when he comes back from dancing with my ex-husband's new woman, or woman that he's with, that she didn't even know that he was a deadbeat. She didn't know that he was this, that, and the third. Come to find out. So I don't know how the conversation went down in my meditation, but I did not have a conversation with my ex-husband that I, right now, here on YouTube in that dream state, I can't say it was anything at all. You know what I mean? The whole point was that my man did what he was supposed to do. There was no drama. It was all nice, nasty shade going on. And it didn't throw us off of our, on our little high, our big high that we had for our day. So here's the thing with that, okay? I don't know if that happens in reality, but I'm just here to tell you it happened in my meditation state. And somehow there was a conversation quickly when we exchanged back to my husband coming over with me and my ex-husband going back to his girl. Somehow my man said something to him that made my ex-husband feel some type of way. Oh yeah. But it didn't come to like where they were about to fight or whatever. I don't know what it was that he said, but he handled that shit. Like, for real, for real. And shout out to the universe. Shout out to my future man, this person that I'm talking about in this meditation state. Shout out to him. Because I've never had that in my life. Okay, fellas? Okay, ladies? I've never had a man that was my man that went to bat for me and that stood up for me. You know what I mean? I've never had that in my entire life. Never. Can I say never? Never. And y'all like, what? No. I've always been the one to be the alpha, if you will, or the one who took charge of the situation on my own. I hold my own down. But it felt good having that man to take care of a situation that could have went so sourly, so wrong, so quickly, okay? It felt great. So y'all paying attention to the themes, right? So at some point, here's where we get into the sexy adult part. So I wanted to take a break from the party, even though I know we invested all this money on this reception. So I hair was done, my makeup artist was there, and at this part of the meditation, I realized that people that I actually know in my waking state, they were present for a reason. Okay. One was a goddess sister who's done work, and she's been featured on Martha Stewart magazine. The Dulce experience, y'all. She did my wedding cake, and my cake was fucking phenomenal. She's in Michigan. I want to cry. Ashley Dulce. I don't want to say, it's not Ducci, it's Dulce. The Dulce experience. And she's been featured in Martha Stewart. She did my wedding cake. It was just awesome. Oh my God. Like 3-dimensional, but it was edible. And I saw that cake, okay, last night. And I wanted my husband and I to kind of take a breather because I was kind of feeling anxious, y'all, because the way how things handled, and it was like, I just need a break. The music was good, but it was loud. It was these people here that I really don't fuck with. And they were at my wedding reception, like, and but I needed a break. So he understood my need to get away from loud and large crowds, loud people, large crowds, and all that stuff. So we went away and we went into one of the adjacent conference rooms. And like I said, makeup artist was on deck. I'm looking fly, my man looking fly. And there was a chair in this big old, just imagine going to like a Holiday Inn Express or a Marriott where they have, or those conference rooms that we go to, right? For expos and stuff. Just imagine all the chairs in the corner stacked up. Yeah, they were stacked up in the corner, and there was nothing else in the room. And the things that they had dividing the room, they were pushed to the wall. It was one of those empty ones, but it had a phenomenal view. When I say a phenomenal view of the city of Atlanta, oh my God. Oh my God. And it was open, and it was just so beautiful. Okay, so my husband takes a chair from out of the corner. He puts it in the center of this empty conference room, and the doors closed. We make sure it was, locked, whatever. So we took some time to embrace and kiss. We made out, and then things started getting hot and heavy, and he was very careful. He didn't mess up my hair. He didn't mess up my makeup. My man made it do what it do. And it just so happens that in this meditative state, I'm riding him like, ooh, I'm riding him. I didn't bust not one sweat. I didn't get makeup on his tuxedo. I didn't get lipstick on his collar. But we had some nice sex. It was good. I was able to get on and use the back of that chair and put that ass up and just back it up on him, and it was just nice. It was nice. It was real nice. And we got out of that orgasmic bubble. I didn't even want to go back to this party at some point, y'all, but I had to. Okay, I had to woo-saw. We woo-saw, and we came together, and we went in there and had a little fuck session. And it felt good having that view and then being in the middle of this conference room. But anyway, we got it together, and I said, man, how you look? You got me? We looking at each other because there was no mirror in the room. So he's like, Okay, I'm like, babe, how do I look? He's like, you look fine. You look like a wife. And then he said, babe, how I look? You know, trying to adjust his tie and everything because we don't, like I said, we don't know how each other is looking because there's no mirror in the room. We asking each other. Once again, we checking for each other, y'all. That's what husband and wife should do. We checking. You know what I'm saying? We each other's mirror. Got a book in my nose, something like that. You supposed to do that, okay? Some of y'all not doing that for your partners, being a mirror. I shouldn't have to have a compact mirror in my titties all the time. You know, my man, you should be my mirror to say, hey, babe, you got something right here, babe. You just what's up here? Let me come here. Let me do this right here. You know, one of those things. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, my mirror. Okay, so we did that for each other. He said, how we look? And my man, he's like, how I look, babe? Just in this time. How I look? I said, babe, you look fine. I said, but you look like you just had some good pussy. I smell pussy. I smell good pussy. I smell my pussy on you. He said, damn motherfucking right. I'm hearing his voice in my head. Damn motherfucking right. I smell like a grown ass man who just had sex with his fucking wife. I just had sex. You motherfucking right. Like, that made his chest, you know, that made him, he made one, who knows? He probably wanted to go at it again. Who knows? But anyway, that did a lot for our ego. And it's cool because he had the same level of confidence, same ego, same cockiness that I have at times. And it was like, that's why we was getting married. So anyway, left the conference room, went back downstairs. I'm thinking that I missed something, but I don't think I missed any of the fucking thing at all. And I was like, babe, what if they find out we had sex? He was like, so the fuck what, we grown? You know, I'm worried about what other people thinking. You see the shit? So what? We fucking grown. But only reason why we stopped doing what we were doing, that little break that we took, y'all, was because we could have kept on going. We could have kept on fucking, but they were calling for us. You know, where's the bride, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so? And Lord knows if I could hear his last name in my head, I would write it down here right now and put that shit on paper, okay? And send it up somewhere to heaven or some out here to the universe, because I believe heaven all the way around sometimes. But I would put it up here to the sky and just hope that it would materialize down this last name, okay, of this man too in my life. If I knew what it was, if I heard it in my meditation, but I didn't, unfortunately. I was listening though. So we went back downstairs because they were doing some type of announcements. And we were just giving shout outs to the people who attended. So now, with that being said, let me get to my notes because that was a good one, y'all. And normally I don't share when I'm doing this level of spiritual evolution, meditation work. I don't share it out here with the general public. I don't. Definitely not on my fucking YouTube. But there's a reason why I shared this story time the way I did. One is present, is ongoing, and it has some little hints of some shit going on in the background. Okay? Just letting you know. One, the importance to have that coupleship. And also, I'm not saying that when I get remarried that I'm going to invite motherfuckers who don't celebrate me, who don't elevate me, who spit on me, who spit at me, literally, you know, who've actually dissed me in a way. I'm not saying necessarily I'm going to let them back and come to my reception. You feel me? I'm not saying that. But because of that, one, that forgiveness, that love, that joy, that need to have family at time presence, in that realm, I was okay with it. Get it? But in my reality out here, I'm saying like, hell to the no. Hell no. You know, I'm not going to do that. Maybe not. We don't know. And also, it was important that my children were included in on this day, on this celebration, with this ritual, bringing in my partner. Is very important. Even when I date somebody, you know, it is important that I kind of not really get their approval, but I get a sense of advice, or is this okay? Is he good? Any signs? That was important in that meditation, and I'll continue to work on that in figuring out the type of ritual that I will have when it comes to me allowing another person into my personal life. Okay, a man, a coupleship. So I will take note of that, and whatever ritual we come up with, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. So here's the thing. The bonus dab ritual, we got that. and then the coupleship and the family, the ex-spouse who showed up, and how we were checking for each other's emotions. That's so fucking important. So fucking important. Even if you are dating, it's so important to have somebody who will check for your mental fucking health. It is so important. A lot of us get with people who just don't give a fuck about what's going on up here. All they care is what's going on down here in your lady parts and your man parts. They're not checking for anything else. You know, they don't want to, because one, they're not probably dealing with their own shit too. Mm-hmm. Okay? But it's important to have someone when you're on that level, when you are dating a high value person or an evolved person, to have a mate that does that for you and you do that for them, because it's a give and take thing. And also, what was it? The second marriage. I believe a second marriage should be given a shot, and should be different than what we know what a second marriage looks like. You know what I mean? It should be given a shot, not only with ourselves, but with our children and the extended family. It should be given a shot. So that man needs to know what he's walking into. Excuse me, that woman needs to know what she's walking into. Not going in blindly, not going in with our lust and our, my pussy hanging out, tits hanging up, all out, and we're just all lustful. We need to really have a for real. We need to have a get real powwow of what we're getting into. That conversation needs to happen. I know that conversation didn't happen in my mom's marriage with my stepdad, because of things that evolved in their marriage regarding my brother, coming in and him being the man of the house, that type of syndrome that women who are solo parenting experience when they have a man come to the house when you're well in your 40s and this is your second marriage. So you have to have that real for real conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm saying, when you are going into a second marriage or another marriage outside of somebody that that you ain't with no more. Anyway, so detachment and the struggle to bond with older children. Yes, that is what we not having. That is what we not having this go around. No. But I know the conversation that my dude in that meditation, I want to say dream, that meditation, my divine feminine realm, that is the little nice nasty conversation that my dude had. I'm sure he's mentioned something about him being a deadbeat dad to my ex-husband. I'm sure he mentioned something about his bond with my older children, and I say taking a second marriage seriously, because here's the thing. That new man, I am fully aware that new man, whomever he is, he has work to do, because my kids have been without a man in the home for so many years. Got it? And when I say work to do, I'm doing the work now, so his work is not that bad. You feel me? My kids are not disrespectful. They're not going to be doing X, Y, Z, that, and the third, all that. And also, my ex-husband has work to do, because he has detached. He has not had a healthy relationship with his children in ever so long. But he's out here in the world portraying a life of a model's fucking citizen and the supportive father that he is not. And as you see in my meditation state, his girlfriend that he has now, and so that wasn't even aware. So how many of y'all have been in relationships with men who y'all didn't even fucking know that he was a fucking deadbeat until you really sat down with the other woman, and you thought it was just shade, that she was just talking shit about him, or she still want him back. I'm sure it's a lot of women out here who think that, and who bought the bullshit of the man that they with. Do your investigation, sis. Do your investigation, please, because it's not always what it seems, and he ain't gonna tell you the nasty. He ain't gonna tell you, oh, I'm behind on child support. Oh, I haven't seen my kids. Some of them will be real and say, oh, I haven't seen my kids, but there will be a lie behind it that makes himself look good, because he's not gonna tell you, oh, I don't have a good relationship with my kids and da 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 da. No, he's gonna put a lie behind it to make himself look good. Because if he makes himself look bad, he's not going to be attractive, appealing to you to take him on as a new mate. I mean, if you're smart enough, you're not, or he's not going to do that either. So anyway, also too, there is lingering resentment that goes on in these relationships that are detached and unhealed. Got it? I'm so glad that I wasn't resentful in my meditation state to my ex-husband, to my cousin that was there that has played me dirty and they've been trifling as fuck and said everything under the sun, called me, you name it, okay, was there. I didn't have any of that anger, resentment to any of the people in my family that was attending this function to celebrate me and mine. And I'm glad because that means I'm doing the work. But that ex-husband and those other people, who knows, they probably have that feeling of that lingering resentment and all that good, that not good shit, but that nasty, that negativity lingering on. So anyway, the last little note, it says taste type changes as we mature and evolve. Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. What I want my viewers, my followers, my subscribers to know, and any family members or former lovers and that watch me on YouTube, um, people evolve. Just a subtle reminder, and I have to say it: people evolve. People evolve. They work on their shit, and I know I've evolved. My taste changes, honey. That's why I could not see this man that I am manifesting because my taste has changed. It's not like what my ex-husband looks like. It's not like what my other boyfriends or lovers in the past look like. Educationally wise, just status wise, none of that. Body type wise, none of that. None of that. Because I've evolved, my palate has changed as well over the years. So it's going to strike others, and sometimes it strikes my viewers, that I've changed, and even my tastes, like I said, in people, things, whatever, it changed. And y'all got to be okay with that. And what I'm so happy to see in my meditation, that they were okay with that. Because in my waking, and I'm doing a compare and contrast right now, I hate to say that, but I am. In my waking, in my reality, it has not always been a warm reception. And I'm dreaming about a reception or meditating about a reception. It has not always been warm and inviting for me to be able to change, to evolve, because there's conditions that came with that in my coupleships, in my friendships, in my family bond. Okay, there was a lot of conditions that came with that, a lot of conditions, restrictions, to the point where I had to cut people off. And because they couldn't understand that people mature, they evolve, they're not the same person that you knew as a wee little girl. Okay, she's a grown woman with likes and dislikes and certain values and taste. And that goes for the men too. So it was interesting to see those people there who were in opposition with me in my reality. Interesting, right? So the words that I wanted to share with you all, and I know this has been long, but honestly, I think this is great. It's a great story time vlog, whatever. Maybe you can listen on audio, but it's great. And I like coming live because it's just impromptu. So the words that came up for me, and I'm going to also share the reason for my sharing. The reason for my sharing today, because it's Monday. The theme of my meditation, I can say the words that came out for me was festive, joy, ritual, forgiveness, support, unity, celebration, spectators, nice nasty. Ooh, nice nasty. Still being mature, the level of maturity that was there, that theme, not being a victim, because I didn't get into those looping thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, of the abusive person that was there in attendance of my special day. I didn't think about that person who molested me that was there in attendance. I didn't think about this person who spat in my face. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the person who slept with my ex-boyfriend that was there. I didn't think about the person who did fraud on me that was there. I didn't think about the person who called me a bitch, a slut, a whore, who had child services, called on me. I didn't think about the person who physically put their hands on me. in a negative, in a victimizing, in a scared way, to the point where I did not allow myself to be loved, to be elevated, to be protected in that moment. I didn't allow that, y'all. But so many times do we, in our reality, we spoil that, right? Right? We don't allow ourselves to be protected because we get into that victim mode. Well, I don't want to go to this, and that, or I don't want to be around them, or she did this to me, and da da da. We play victim, and we cause this ruckus. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, there's a time and a fucking place, y'all, to do the shit, but not on your special day. If you're a woman like me who's never been elevated, who's never been supported, who's never had a celebration of life, where a big gathering of people whom she loves, whether they love her, they were there in attendance to participate in that joy, in that festivity, okay, in that ritual. She's never had that, so why would you spoil her day? Okay. So, and another thing, it felt good, and I had to put this little side note here. It just felt good simply to be able to, in this meditation state, to be celebrated by those that I love. It just felt very wholesome, very good. Yes, it was some sex and going on, and some nice little yummy sensual vibes and erotic stuff and all that good stuff. But it felt so good to be loved and honored on this day. That's why I thought, y'all, going back to the beginning, like 50 some minutes ago, I thought that this was just a party that I had, because I've always wanted to have like a party where I'm being celebrated, whether it's a birthday or it's just a party. And it just felt good to be in that. And whether I get this lavish reception or not here in this earthly realm, I really and truly can say that I've had it. I've had that experience going into my shadow work, which is that realm that I went to and I shared with you all here on a big old Monday morning at 10:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? And the lesson or the reason for this share on a Monday, fellas, okay, and some ladies, this story time is to see how a woman lights up with life, joy, passion, and just, I was motivated, I was driven to share this post with you all on a Monday, despite in and everything that has happened to me and my lifespan, okay? Y'all heard some of the things that I said of the participants or the attendings of this party, this reception, what these people what they represent in my life. But I saw the good. I saw the joy, the love that I had with them, you know. I saw the joy in the coupleship with my grandfather. I saw the love that was not anymore between my parents. And I saw the love that still remains with my mom and her husband. And I saw the love of my children and, you know, some of my cousins that I no longer hang out with or do any type of exchange with. I just saw the love of just them being there partying, whether they were there to be nosy, like I said, being a spectator, or whether they were there just to get some of that yummy, good, that feel good energy. Okay, they were there in attendance, and they didn't spoil my day or, you know, my thunder that I had going on. And also, I want y'all to see the resilience too. And I am highly motivated despite everything that has happened in my life, despite everything where people tell me where, oh, you're not going to get remarried again. Oh, you're not going to get this. Oh, you're not going to find that. No man is going to like you for being so vibrant, so erotic, so sensual, so transparent. So you've had how many children? How many kids you got again? And despite all of that, I am still confident. I am still positive. I am still going to love me, love my vision, love my desire, and love my fucking journey. Yeah, love my journey. That's what I wanted y'all to see. For real, for real. And why I continue to, and I will always be a student in this life school here. Always, to the day I die. And I will continue to evolve and work on me. In that same rhythm, that same whatever, my dude is going to do the same thing. He got to have that same willingness to work on oneself. We're not perfect. We're not working to be perfect. No. No, no, no. But if things that bother you, that have you in these loopy, toxic thoughts, be willing to fucking do the work. Shadow, dankety dank, dark energy, whatever it is, do the work. Because that's so important. And I know that I'm going to manifest this man who, if he ain't doing the work right now, he is willing to do the work. And I know that my demographic of viewers are predominantly male. And I say this to the men, I don't care how old you are. I'm never going to stop loving. I'm never going to stop being, look, wifey. Okay, wifey, wifey, wifey. I'm never going to stop being me, no matter what. No matter what. And you shouldn't stop being you, because there's always going to be someone that's going to try to snatch your dreams, your joy, even if you are in a community of family or in your tribe of your bros or your sisters, your girlfriends. Somebody's going to have something to say. Somebody's going to have something to fucking say. So do you be you, baby. Do you be you? Yeah. Because somebody's always going to have something to say. It's so important. Even if you are in your tribe. I have to say that again. And this week I want to let y'all know this, that I am a person who is raising, just a reminder, I'm raising future entrepreneurs. I've raised the college grad. I raised the hell kid, okay? I raised the gifted kid. And I am raising a SUN. I am raising a black man in Atlanta, in the South. Yes, he's exceptional, but guess what? He's my son. He's my son. And tomorrow he turns 20, y'all. He turns 20. And for those of y'all who know me on a personal level, y'all know that my son is a cellist. And my son is also very intellectual. And he has Asperger's, for those of you all who don't know, but he's very, very highly functioning. He's came a long way. And I shared my dream, my manifestation, my meditation with you YouTube on this Monday. And I come to the conclusion with my son, my SUN, who's turning 20. I'm going to tie this in by saying this. My son, the work that I'm doing, he won't be like those lovers in the past. No, he won't. He won't. My son will not be like his father, the detached man. No, he won't. Not because that he has this, this exceptional thing about him. I don't even call it a disability like that. No, because he was groomed by me, who is doing the work. Get it? That's why he's not going to be like those guys or his father. That's why. Because I'm doing the work. The inner work. So anyway, love, light, peace, and blessings unto you. Fellas, I encourage you to get on your shiz now. Get into the inner if you want to be a winner and match up with your lady love, or you want to be in a space of love. I invite you to get on the journey to evolving. All right? So Ms.Atlanta from MSAtlanticDream.com. I am signing off. This has been a whole hour of me running my mouth, but for real, this was a word, and it was a delight coming here sharing the way that I have with you all on a big old Monday morning. Something I normally don't do, but I have a special place in my bosom for my YouTube followers. All right, babies. I'll see y'all soon. Bye, loves. Bye, loves. Y'all not no babies. Y'all grown people. Bye, loves. Mwah. Bye, 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 bye. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being my energy. Bye. Have a great week. Have a great week. Goddess blessings. Goddess blessings. Let me look in the camera. Goddess blessings.